We have the first match of the day, Chicago Slice versus Miami Pickleball Club. Jack Munro and Wyatt Stone. Wyatt Stone is filling in for Brendon Long. And we have Eric Oncins and Noe Khlif.
1-0.
This is final Sunday. Still play 2 out of 3.
Yeah, so if they split their first 2 games of the series, so if Miami gets the first game today and the Slice gets the second or vice versa, then we're playing a 3rd game. So these teams will have a total of 3 matches if that ends up happening. I'm sure they're hoping they can end it in 2.
Side out, point 3. One. Point.
Eric really being assertive from the start, taking balls out of the air, being aggressive.
4-1.
Yeah, they had an epic match last night. They split, and they had to finish it with a mixed doubles match late in the evening. And they clinched it for their team. Huge celebration, moving them on to today.
Yeah, lots of matches for this team, for all these teams this weekend. Really going to become a mental and a physical grind.
Point.
But probably motivating that it's the last day of the MLP season. So all these players are going to be giving it their all.
Side out, point 5.
And not only do we have the teams in the finals, the losing teams in the semifinals will be playing for 3rd place as well. So again, even more matches to play.
1 second.
It will be on grandstand court all day long. Miami Pickleball Club is facing your Chicago Slice on grandstand.
We know, we'd like to play that.
Sorry?
Really? Make sure she's on a different channel. Also, the speaker. We thought we had her shut up.
Test. 15 seconds. Time in. 5-3. Side out, point 4.
We had a...
Come on, Eric. 4, 5. Point 6. 6-4. Point.
Great drop by Noe Khlif. Got that right short in the kitchen.
7-4. Side out, point
We had
5.
a slight delay there for a second because our speakers on the court were blasting to the players, so it was a bit of a distraction for them. But now we're back.
It's a great backhand flick from Eric Oncins. That's going to be seeing that a lot from him. That's one of his, probably one of his best shots. He really uses his length well, his height. Super aggressive.
Side out, point
It's tough
6.
when you pull cross court like that. You really have to disguise it well, which I feel like he did, but Jack Munro was ready for it. The problem with speeding up cross court is that if your partner's not ready, the ball is most likely going to your partner, so it makes it difficult for them. A lot of times you're going to want to take your speed up the line so that the counter goes back to you, and you know when you're going to speed up. Your partner doesn't always know.
Wow, great hands by Jack Munro. We're going to be seeing a lot from him today. He's ambidextrous. He can hit lefty and righty forehands. So you're going to be seeing some crazy stuff from him. His pickleball knowledge is really, really good.
Side out, point 9.
He sees the ball very well. He's doing some things that a lot of guys out here don't really do or don't have the creativity to do.
Side out, point 8.
Great speed up. You know, Megan, you were talking about speeding up in the middle. It's also very difficult for Noe to go cross court because Jack is a lefty, so he's got that forehand just ready to pounce.
Yeah, just another reason to maybe hold back on doing that.
I would try to go line to the forehand side of the person in front of you if they're right-handed.
Yeah, and if you see that they're tending to, you know, favor their backhand more, some people you can just tell by their paddle positioning if they're favoring their backhand more. So it's definitely a good time to go to their right hip or right shoulder.
Hey guys, we're going without a mic for a little bit. I'm going to be a little louder. Just listen for me, please. Here we go. 10, 8.
Beautiful low drive from Noe Khlif. Saw a lot of those yesterday.
11, 8.
Wow. There's that really, really good reach from Eric Oncins there. Miami gets to 13 first. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Big serve from Noe Khlif. Such a lethal combination to have a big serve, big deep serve, and then to follow it up by some great ground strokes.
So fun fact, actually, Wyatt Stone is at the top of the player standings right now. He's won 4 games, 0 losses. Same with Jack Munro, 3 wins and 0 losses. And Michelle Esquivel up there as well. So Slice is sweeping the standings individually.
Test.
Megan Fudge in the top 6. And obviously Bobbi Oshiro 4, Milan Rane 5.
Time in.
Noe and Eric 7 and 8. So we got a Slice and Miami Pickleball all in the top 8 of their standings here. I like that speed up from Jack Munro. Eric Oncins was just, he read it very well sitting on that backhand. That came back hot.
17, in. Point.
Both Noe and Eric Oncins going for their serves right now. Quick
Timeout,
timeout.
Chicago Slice. 18,
Chicago
8.
Slice.
1 minute.
Miami playing super aggressive, just executing all their shots, not really making a lot of errors. They're on a mission.
They are. It's surprising too, just not their performance, but just the fact that they had such a long day yesterday, and the fact that they're coming out here playing like they look fresh.
Yeah, they're super energetic. They're ready to play. They're you know, I mean, even watching them yesterday and today, I feel like they have a little different sense of energy. Like they just have something about them. It just kind of seems like they're on a mission, and they would definitely want to try to win this thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think they had a match point yesterday in their second game against the Hard Eights, and it's one of those things where they're probably realizing, oh, we could have finished this off in 2 instead of having to go to 3. So
yep,
just
exactly.
trying to have more purpose today and try and finish it off as soon as possible. That's the hope, anyway.
Yeah. Great answer from Noe Khlif. Close call there, point before, but nice follow-up. Nice counter backhand in the middle. Wow. Great move by Wyatt Stone. Almost had it from Noe. He was sitting on that forehand just a little bit wide. Wyatt Stone has been pretty rock solid this week. As an alternate especially, it's not easy. You never know when you're, you know, going to get called up. You just got to be ready. You got to be at the event, ready to go. And he's shown he's been waiting around, and he's been rock solid for these last couple days.
Absolutely, super happy for him. Always
Wow.
love to see. Wow, what a great speed up out of the air.
Yeah, you know, I feel like Wyatt kind of is a little bit under the radar. He's had some crazy good wins. He has a win against Ben Johns, or the Johnses in men's doubles. They won that, him and Jaime Martinez Vic. So I mean, he can play. He's a great player. I think he's a little under the radar, but he's more than capable.
Absolutely. I think it's just a little bit more consistency of getting those high-end wins, but obviously the talent and the levels there.
Yeah, you know, he's actually from my hometown. He's a very, very hard worker. He puts in the hours. He puts the time in the gym. Definitely puts the time on the court. You know, he's usually playing twice a day. So it's nice to see that hard work paying off. Wow, great move by Jack Munro. He was just dictating that point, moving the ball around so well. He's so tricky. It's not easy to read where he's hitting the ball.
Yeah, there's definitely some difficulty playing lefties. Their speed ups and their counters go in different directions than what you're used to.
Well, and the spots that you're speeding up are a little bit different. And not to mention, you know, he can use his right hand as a forehand as well, so it makes it that much trickier.
Yeah, definitely. I've never gone up against someone like him. I've never gone up against him either.
I have. It's fun.
Tough?
It's fun.
Yeah, I bet.
It's fun when he makes you look. He catches you off guard.
Oh yeah.
There's that right-handed overhead finish with the lefty speed up off the ground. Great combo.
That is so cool. You don't really see
Oh, you
anybody else
don't.
doing that.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, I might have to get out there and start working on that. Colin Johns, another one who he'll hit a lefty overhead. I actually played him when we were still playing tennis in a pro futures event in Pensacola, Florida. And all I remember was he had 2 forehands, lefty and righty. And we were picking on that lefty forehand all day long.
Oh, I bet. So that was in tennis?
Yeah. First point of the match, he slides, hits a winner off the return, and we're like, oh no.
Yeah, seeing 2 forehands, that's pretty intimidating. Wyatt's been doing a great job of using the Ernie when he can, making it tough for Noe Khlif to redirect up the line. Noe's gonna want to try, see, he even just missed that in the net because I feel like he feels like he can't redirect up the line.
23, 1 minute.
timeout from Miami Pickleball Club, but we're able to come back and win. So let's see if they're able to do that here.
Great lob.
Ooh.
Wyatt Stone really cleaning up those overheads.
They are
Wow.
not going down easy. Sometimes when you have that much of a lead, like the Miami Pickleball Club, you can let off the gas pedal, even if it's unintentional. Wow, great hands.
Wyatt using his legs very well. He's covering the court all over, really, really strong, low base, super balanced. And Chicago is inching their way back.
Good job by Noe Khlif, keeping Wyatt back, putting a lot of pressure, keeping the ball deep. A little irritation from Wyatt Stone.
24-19.
Great drop by Wyatt Stone. He executed that nicely, charged the net a little bit, put a little pressure on that next shot. Chicago within 3 now.
Miami doing a great job of moving the ball around. Got a little pop up there, and they...
It's a great decision. Game point number 2 for Miami.
24-21.
It's in. Wow, what a answer from Eric Oncins. Great backhand.
Time in. 0-0.
Michelle Esquivel filling in for Allison Harris.
1-0.
It's a nice drop from Milan Rane. Ultra aggressive. This would be a massive win for Miami to take a 2-0 lead going into mixed. Chicago Slice has got to do a good job of trying to get this match to keep it a little bit even, keep the momentum on their side.
Out point 2.
Also, it's kind of a coin flip. I feel like sometimes if you're the second match going out, you're kind of been sitting around for 20 to 30 minutes after your initial warm up. So sometimes, you know, it's really important to get that foot on the gas pedal, try to get some energy, get some momentum going, and the team who does that is usually the most successful.
Yeah, definitely. It can be difficult sitting around. Some teams, actually, you'll see the players towards the end of the other match, they'll go to an outside court and try and get some reps just so they're not so cold when they start. I don't like leaving the court though, so I never end up doing that. I stay and watch my team play.
Yeah, I feel like it's you got to be there to support. Maybe go off for like 5 minutes or so. Milan Rane heating up here. She's dinking very well. Her drops are landing pretty nicely. Getting pretty aggressive in the middle with that forehand.
Just deep by Michelle Esquivel.
It's a great serve by Milan Rane. Both Millie and Bobbi are starting to be a little more aggressive here, trying to run with this momentum.
Michelle's starting to get very loud.
I think Michelle started off a little cold, but obviously you see there just she's pumping herself up. She needs it. You know, she feels that she's a little cold. MLP is all about energy. Great combo there by Miami.
Michelle made the right play. She was on it.
Yeah, just a little bit timing.
Point.
It's a great answer from Megan Fudge there. She squeezed her way in there as Michelle's hitting the drops from the back. She waited for that ball to land, saw her opportunity, squeezed in. Great defense there.
Oh, Megan Fudge going for the third shot lob.
You don't see that often. She almost a little deeper. She would have had that land.
Yeah, sometimes it's very effective to do that if both players on the other side are leaning in, coming forward, and you throw them off by getting them to move backwards.
I mean, I think the lob is the most underused shot in pickleball, I'd say. Some people love to use it, some people never use it. You know, someone like Elise Jones, Susanna Barr likes to use it a lot. You saw Wyatt Stone executing a bunch of them the last match.
Yeah, definitely. Elise Jones, she has been getting lobs over my head the last couple tournaments. So many times she's been doing such a great job from that right side. A lot more people, I feel like, are starting to use the lob. Ooh, unfortunate bounce there.
Yeah, and I think the best time to use it, you know, when you're dinking around in the kitchen and you kind of just make it look like you're hitting a dink and you just throw that up maybe, you know, to the left shoulder. You definitely don't want it to the right shoulder because, you know, then the overhead's coming at your face, but Chicago Slice take to lead, 9-8. They have inched their way back.
I think that was the right play by Michelle Esquivel, just slight hesitation.
9-9.
Yeah, especially when your partner is hitting a good drop, it's smart to kind of close in, try to take that middle. It's a great spot by Milan Rane using that one-handed backhand flick. You're seeing a lot of the women on tour start to kind of develop that shot. Usually they like to have a two-hander, but I think it's super important to develop, I would say both. Having a one-hander is really important to be able to get that reach into the kitchen.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. I've definitely been trying to work on my one-hander just so that I have more offense out of the air, but then also having nice speed up by Michelle Esquivel, but then also keeping the 2E so you have a good speed up off the bounce. So if you're able to have offense out of the air and off the bounce, it's a lethal combination.
Great defense from Megan Fudge there, anchoring down in that transition zone. Really just getting your paddle down and out in front, ready for that ball. Great power from Bobbi Oshiro there. Miami ties it up, 11 apiece.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot more upsets, I feel, in MLP than there are in PPA, just because of that rally scoring.
Yeah, for sure. Nice try from Michelle Esquivel there. Not quite executed, but I like that play. Trying to go to the right side of Bobbi Oshiro. Great eye from Bobbi. Great
there by Megan Fudge.
Great overall point from Milan Rane there. She did hit a nice drop, got to the kitchen. She's been rock solid on that left side all day. Another great serve to follow it up. Miami retakes the lead at 14-13. Great location. Millie was on it, just a little bit behind that one.
Yeah, I love the pace of that speed up. Not too hard, a little off pace. Makes it a little bit more difficult for the person at the net to time it.
Great offense from Miami. You know, that I would say that that's their game. If they can stick with that, it's going to be very, very tough. Wow, great spot by Michelle Esquivel with that two-handed backhand in the middle.
Yeah.
She held that very nicely.
When Michelle's dialed in with her speed ups, they're tough. She keeps them very low.
Yep.
And she's ready for the counter.
And it's coming off that paddle pretty hot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Another point for Miami. 4-point lead here. Serve goes long.
16, 18.
A little long, great put away by Milan Rane. First to 25. You have to win on your serve at 24. Wow, great drop from Bobbi Oshiro to set up Milan Rane with that put away backhand. The timeout.
If there's a ball up, they're going for it, taking their shots, playing free. Ooh.
A little miscommunication there. I think that might have been Michelle's, but Michelle got a little bit stuck over to the left. That's when you got to signal to your partner to cover you.
And a little switch up from Chicago Slice. Michelle Esquivel on the right now, Megan Fudge on the left. Let's see how this works out for them.
Not a horrible call. I mean, when the points start running away from you and you can play on both sides as Megan can, it's not a bad call. Too good by Miami, doing a great job of keeping the foot on the gas pedal, keeping the pressure, trying to inch their way to 25 to close this women's doubles match out. Great defense from Bobbi Oshiro. Unreal drop from Millie to close it out. And Miami takes it 25-16. 2 out of 3 total matches against each other, so whoever takes the first win it's absolutely massive. So Miami looking to close it out here in mixed. Chicago Slice trying to stay alive. The best they can do now is you got to win both of these mixed matches and take it to a dream breaker. But even if they lose this, they still have another chance, another match later this afternoon. But always nice to take that first one if you can. 1-1 here to start off this mixed match.
Noe Khlif ready for that speed up by Jack Munro. It's always tough, at least I feel, when you go up against a lefty in mixed doubles. It's definitely a different look, different patterns than your usual rallies cross court.
Yep. Well, yeah, you have the men in front of each other and the women in front of each other instead of the other way around. Usually when you have two righties, the guys are always on the left. So it's a nice little switch up. It's always tough sometimes to be lefty-righty, to have that forehand in the middle. You got to be able to communicate pretty well. Noe Khlif doing a great job there. Great initial drive. Followed in nicely with a put-away backhand. I always love that combo. Nice little, 75% drive. Allows yourself to get in, give yourself a little bit of time, and then you try to get that next ball down at the feet. Makes it very, very tough.
Big serve by Jack Munro.
Yeah, Jack Munro, it's funny. He serves right-handed because he feels like he can get a little more power on it, but he plays dominantly more on the lefty side, but he can play both. He's got a lot of tools in that tool bag.
I just know I would get confused if I had the option of both. But he's put a ton of time in, so I'm sure it's second nature for him at this point.
Yeah, it's tough enough having a backhand and forehand, let alone 2 backhands and 2 forehands.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Ooh, good cover by Megan Fudge. And that cross-court speed up by Noe Khlif.
Yeah, Megan kind of getting stuck back. You see she takes a couple steps back. That gave her a little bit extra time to cover that middle. The ball kind of got behind her, but she was able to get a paddle on it. Great spin and action on that ball from Bobbi Oshiro. Sometimes the best shot, if you can't hit it hard, if it's not high enough above the net, it's just you use that spin, try to make it bounce a little bit different. And try to lead it up to that next ball.
Yeah, if your opponent's back and you can change up the spin you're giving them and the pace. Great speed up by Megan Fudge. If you can, yeah, change up the spin and the pace of the ball, it can really mess them up and make it difficult for them to get the ball down and make their way to the kitchen.
A little short there for Jack Munro. Miami takes the lead, 7-6. Just a little long, great eye by Megan Fudge. All tied up here, 7 apiece. Big combo there from Noe Khlif.
8-7.
Oh, I
was
like that
beautiful.
speed up. Just a little, just a ½ inch wide. Great eye from Noe Khlif to let that one go. There's that combo again from Noe Khlif, hitting that forehand drive, coming in, closing for that next ball, but too good by Megan Fudge there to kind of counter that ball down at him. Wow, great reach and backhanded flick from Bobbi Oshiro. Miami leads 11-8, switching sides at 13.
11-8.
See, when you attack cross court, if you're able to jam them, that's your best bet.
Yep. You know, it's kind of like you're playing chess out there. It's you know, you're dinking around, you're moving the ball around, you're trying to set up plays. All these pros out here have generally some set plays or patterns that they usually try to execute, whether that's dinking cross court and going line, dinking cross court, speeding up line from a high ball. There's so many different variations you can execute. And it's just got to find that right algorithm.
Yeah, it definitely changes from matchup to matchup who you're playing, what their strengths and what their weaknesses are.
Yeah, I think pickleball is huge on matchups. Sometimes you know, there could be a guy winning like crazy, but you have his number. And it just depends on what kind of style of play you have. Great ball by Bobbi Oshiro. It gives Miami the lead. Noe Khlif to serve. Great combo there by Jack Munro, coming in the middle there with that lefty forehand. Great execution there. Chicago within 3 now. Great drive from Jack Munro. Good pressure from Megan Fudge as well there. Just kind of squeezing in there, showing a little bit of pressure. Trying to get big in the middle. Great answer from Megan Fudge. She got stuck in that transition zone, but did a good job of getting a paddle on there, hitting it pretty flat and low over the net to Noe.
Yeah, something I've been working on and what is so effective that I feel a bunch of the top women do, and honestly Megan Fudge just did right there, is when you're in mid-court, being able to hit your swinging volley down instead of just flat and high. So if you get it down, it just makes it so much harder. Even if they're up at the kitchen, they still have to go from a low to high position, so then you're able to make your way up and turn defense into offense.
Yep, exactly. Able to try to get that ball to dip a little bit below the net.
Yeah,
makes a massive difference.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you take a little bit of pace off.
Great touch from Noe there.
Great
nice finish
from Bobbi Oshiro. Jamming Jack Munro there.
You know, always catches me off guard with Bobbi. She's so strong in the legs, so low. And, you know, she's not the tallest woman out there, but she is able to reach in the kitchen very far. She takes a lot of dinks out of the air, which is not easy to do. But she does. It takes a little bit of time away from her opponents, which is very advantageous, especially for her partner, trying to set him up for either an Ernie or a high put-away ball. Great communication from Miami. Great backhand flick from Bobbi. I thought she had it there, but Megan did a great job. I think she does very well at moving back when she has to. It creates a lot of space. Gives you just a little bit extra time to react to that ball.
Yeah, it's very smart. If you see that either you or your partner popped a dink up, if you just take a step off the line, it gives you just that much more time to hit a more effective counter.
Great location from Bobbi. She held that to the last second, got that paddle tip down, kind of showing Jack Munro, you know, she could have dinked it there. She could speed up pretty much anywhere there. It's really smart to hold it to the last second to be as deceptive as possible.
We're tied up here, 16 all. Chicago making their way back. Wow, great deep return by Bobbi Oshiro.
It's pretty close. I thought it might have been out from here, but I think it might have just skipped right off that line. Great shot from Miami.
17-16.
It's a great drive from Noe, setting up Bobbi as she's kind of closing in. Bobbi did a good job of recognizing that Noe was going to drive the ball, and she trusted that he would keep it down and low. Great cross in the middle with that backhand. Great answer from Noe there. He was all over that one.
See, the only problem there is Jack Munro, he did such a great job of getting big in the middle, but he brought the ball back behind him to Noe Khlif instead of keeping it in front of him. So then Noe was able to get the ball behind Jack to the empty space.
Yeah, the tough part with that is he's reaching so far to the left in that middle that you don't have enough time to get back, especially if that guy series takes it all. This is just the first match of the day. They'll be back later this afternoon. Just a little bit long. Great drive again from Noe Khlif. That has been working very well this whole match. Just super, super aggressive. Not easy when he's hitting it that hard with that much spin. Oh, great defense from Bobbi Oshiro. Too good from the slice. Slice has got to start inching their way back here before Miami starts creeping away. Try to find some momentum. Just a little short there. Miami leads by 5.
22-17.
Great reach in there from Jack Munro.
He did a great job there finding the middle.
Playing first to 25, got to win your serve at 24. Chicago slice 18 to 22.
Bobbi doing a great job getting these deep returns.
Wow, just too good from Noe Khlif. Really amping it up here, trying to close it for the team. Inching their way closer to that 25 mark. Wow, great answer from Noe Khlif. Great defense from Bobbi Oshiro.
It's
So
tough.
balanced.
So balanced. It's tough that Megan Fudge is pulling when she's on her back foot like that. I'd like her to do that when she's a little bit more balanced because she has such a great speed up.
Yep. First game point for Miami. Just lose that. Chicago inching their way back 19-24. Great effort from Megan Fudge.
Great job moving the ball around here.
Wow, unreal move from Bobbi Oshiro to get the ball back. Great setup from Noe Khlif with that wide forehand dink to Megan Fudge's backhand. Game point number 2 for Miami, looking to close it out here. Just wide. Bobbi Oshiro almost had that one. Jack Munro trying to get that ATP. Chicago within 4 now. Wow, I love that from Jack Munro though. Great 3 aggressive shots there. Noe just did too good of a job to get that third ball back down. Game point number 3 for Miami now.
Wow.
Wow. Unreal sequence from both teams there. Jack Munro all over it, super balanced, ready for every shot. Did a good job of staying out of the kitchen there. Chicago within 3 now. Just a little bit wide, ball's not bouncing up too much there. A little bit unlucky. Game point number 4 for Miami, looking to close it out. Yeah, they do it. Miami takes it 25-21, taking the overall lead 3-0. So they get the first matchup here. Best 2 out of 3 in the series for the finals. So we'll see them back here this afternoon to see if Miami